chicken fried steak, creamy mashed potatoes, smothered green beans and bacon, and that homemade white gravy. Just because I like to ruffle feathers. Bacon cut into lardons. All that means is little strips. And once it gets extra crispy, set it aside. Y'all know what to do with these, and it's almost time again. 1 whole onion. Saute these down until they're tender. For whatever reason, in the past 4 years I've been cooking for y'all, I have never made this. As much garlic as you'd like. Slice them in half, almost to the end, just like you would an onion. My cutting board is still warped. I'm fairly certain that's because I put it in the dishwasher. Hush, we listen and we don't judge. Save all the peelings and ends of your garlic as well. And as always, saute your garlic for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of salted butter. We don't necessarily need any additional oil because we're gonna do a cornstarch based gravy instead of a flour, but I want the flavor of the butter. A couple cans of green beans. I'm saving the juice to make the gravy. Optional red pepper flakes, chicken bouillon, black pepper. Turn it up to a high heat. I want the green beans to get a little bit of a char to them. To our green bean juice, we're gonna add some cornstarch. I'm probably not gonna use all this juice, but I'll just throw out what I don't use. We could have done a flour-based gravy before you put the green beans in if you didn't want them charred. You could have added your flour to your onions and your garlic and allowed it to cook for a few minutes and then added in some milk, created a gravy, and then added your green beans in. I just want to show y'all 2 different ways that you can make gravy. I'm going to pour in a little at a time. Turn my heat down to a low. All smothered is gravy. When somebody says smothered steaks or smothered potatoes, you're just making some sort of gravy with that. Hey, Keanu. Oh, Lewis is happy to see you. No kisses. Add your bacon back on top. Cover, turn your heat off, set aside. Turn my oven on to 170, that's the lowest it'll go. And I'm just gonna pop this in there to keep it warm. And this is how much I had left, just throwing it away. I'm going to scrub with my designated vegetable scrubber. This never touches soap, only vegetables. So I'm gonna scrub, rinse, cube, and rinse again. Cover with water. Add plenty of salt. Bring it to a bowl. I'm gonna move this to the other burner so you can see what I'm doing. I need a bigger kitchen. These are cube steaks, so they've already been tenderized. Let me guess, you wash those too? But I'm gonna tenderize them just a bit more. Season, salt, pepper, garlic. And your favorite Cajun or Creole seasoning. We're just doing one side. Set up your 2 stations. Flour with garlic powder, Cajun or Creole seasoning, black pepper, and some baking powder. This will help make the crust extra crispy. Into our second station, buttermilk and egg. Your favorite hot sauce? I typically like Tabasco, but I'm out. And more garlic powder. Dip in your flour first. A lot of people struggle with their crust sticking. There's a few things you want to make sure you do. Your meat can't be excessively wet, so you need to pat dry your meat if it's too wet. Giving it a light dust of flour, shaking off any of the excess. This flour will give it more like a glue for the egg and the buttermilk to kind of stick to. Back in the flour. I pat mine in there to make sure it really gets in the crevices. Shake off the excess and set aside. Allowing these to rest helps form a better crust. Sometimes I can do the wet hand, dry hand thing, and sometimes I just can't. Typically this is how I end up looking. Using a high smoke point oil, like vegetable oil or peanut oil, you're gonna bring that heat to 350. This is another reason a lot of people have trouble with the crust adhering. If your temperature is not high enough, you'll have that problem. I use one of these little handy dandy meat thermometers. And you don't want to overcrowd your pan because it drops the temperature quite a bit. When it starts to get a nice brown color on the other side, carefully flip it. Get you a wired rack that goes on a pan. I don't know where the pan is that fits my wired rack. You'll know that it's almost done. It's not bubbling quite as much. We're going to put this in the oven with the green beans to keep it warm. I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven off because I'm almost done cooking and it's plenty warm in there. I just thought about another mistake people make is they mess with it too much. You got to leave it alone until you know for a fact that there's a good crust on the bottom, because if you mess with that while it's all soggy, it will come off. They look pretty. Turn this off and allow the grease to cool a bit. We're going to swap again. When your potatoes are fork tender, just turn the heat off. Now we're going to strain them. I forgot to mention, but those that follow me already know this, I never peel a potato. I always leave the skins on. And I always use salted butter. You can use milk or heavy whipping cream. Boy, y'all gave me hell about those instant mashed potatoes. This is the only mixer I have. You add the amount of milk until you get the desired consistency that you like. Salt and pepper to taste. We definitely don't need this much oil. I only want enough oil to evenly coat the bottom, plus a little bit more. When you get that oil heated back up, add in your flour. I don't measure. Cook it for a little bit. We're gonna get that flour taste cooked out. This is over a medium heat. Garlic powder. And just start adding in your milk. Allow it to thicken up. Turn it down to a little bit like a low medium. Add more milk. If it gets lumpy, it's fine. Just work out the lumps. You literally cannot mess gravy up, y'all. You can make too much of it. You can make it too salty. If it's too thin, you cook it longer. If it's too thick, you add some more milk or liquid, chicken broth even. Add salt and pepper to taste. When you get it almost to the desired consistency that you like, turn your heat off because it's going to continue to thicken. Because I've been promising y'all